Hello everyone, my name is Myiesha and I'm a beauty director here at Sephora. So I am of course not at the studio, I'm at home. I have some calls to do today. I feel like I need a little pick me up. I haven't seen the sun in a few days. So I'm gonna put some mascara on. I feel like there's sort of an art to putting mascara on. Some days I just don't wanna put on a strip lash or I don't wanna do individuals and things like that. So this is a way that I can sort of perk up my lashes, make them look really thick, make sure they stay really healthy. It just kind of gives me like an overall little like boost to my face when I'm wearing very natural makeup. So I'll show you how I do my lash routine. The first product we're going to be talking about is from Grande Cosmetics. This is the CrandeLASH-MD Lash Enhancing Serum. This right here is something that you would use at night. It has a little sort of like an eyeliner applicator. You just go ahead and put a little bit on with your nighttime skincare routine. When you wear a lash enhancing serum, it's sort of like, you know, giving your lashes the best chance. You're giving them all the moisture and vitamins and things that they need so that they can flourish. Lashes tend to be kind of dry and brittle if you don't take care of them, especially if you wear like false lashes or waterproof mascara, things like that. Everyone at the studio who all of a sudden has long lashes is always telling me they use Grande Lash. So use this at night and that will definitely help your lashes stay nice and healthy and look beautiful. So I'll be using the TWEEZERMAN ProCurl Eyelash Curler. I really like the sort of bounce this one has. It has a really good grip. It can really grab onto the lashes. It also fits my eye nicely. It's not like too circular, so it's a really good eyelash curler, and I tend to gravitate towards this one when I do curl my lashes. The first thing I'm gonna do is curl my lashes. So since my lashes are so soft and kind of fine, as opposed to like coarse like my hair, they curl pretty easily. If you have like very straight, very thick, coarse lashes, you wanna get in there pretty well. And you want to sort of lean it back and then gently squeeze it. I think because I'm a makeup artist and I never, you know, want to be rough with my clients, I always do like a safety squeeze to make sure they're all in there and I'm not pinching anything, but it's much easier to curl your own lashes than someone else's. My corners tend to go down, so I like to do a second curl right on the edge. Make sure they're nice and pushed up. That looks pretty good. If you have super long lashes or super straight lashes, you would then probably want to curl halfway just so you have that nice bend. Mine are pretty good. They curl very easily, but really get in there with your lash curler and make sure they're all going in the same direction. The next thing I want to do is sort of use eyeliner to my advantage. If you do like a really big, thick winged liner, then your lashes are just gonna kind of pale in comparison because you're seeing that big block of black liner and your lashes are just kind of barely peeking over it. So in order to make your lashes look as long as possible, you should sort of ease up on the eyeliner. So this is from Marc Jacobs Beauty. So this is the Highliner Gel Eye Crayon Eyeliner. This is in the shade Rococo. I feel like people underestimate taupe and light brown eyeliners. They can definitely add a lot of depth to your eye. This shade, I would say, is like a very cool toned cocoa color or a dark taupe. What this is gonna do is add shadow or shading to my eyes. Think about what eyeliner is supposed to do. It's supposed to make your lashes look thicker. So I'm gonna take this and just kind of do like a very soft smudge. And I'll tightline in a second. Really, I could get away with just doing this. If you have really blonde eyelashes or you can see a lot of your waterline, tightlining is going to be super important. I would say tightlining in the inner corner is more important to me than everywhere else. I can get away with not doing too much. So this is from Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, and this is the Precise Definition eyeshadow brush number 220. It has a really nice sort of like dome shape to it. It's almost triangular, and it's really nice to blend shadows and eyeliner. Just applying the teeniest little bit. If you have super light skin, this can still work. If you have darker skin, you might want to go with like a darker cocoa liner. That works too. And I just like to smudge it and then ever so slightly bring it out. You're not doing a wing liner, so just this little bit of brown is going to sort of mimic the shadow that you would get from having really thick outer corner lashes. Keep it kind of light, or even use like a glitter or something really bright behind those black lashes will make them stand out more. So I have my eyeliner on and it's just giving a little bit of a flick. Like I said, on the outer corner, I'm just trying to mimic thicker lashes on the outer corner so it sort of has this nice shadow to it. If you don't have a brush, you can kind of like blend and tap it with your finger if you want. You're gonna have way more control with a small brush. So we're just gonna flick it outwards. Okay, so if you feel like you didn't quite get that winged out shape, you can use a concealer brush and sort of like carve it out if you want to, or clean it up like you were doing your brows. So this is the Pro Concealer Brush from Sephora collection, the number 45. It has this like nice little tapered sort of shape to it. You can just kind of clean it up a little bit and make it a little bit more winged without adding any product. If you really feel the need to, you can add a little bit of concealer on there, but that's just gonna make it look harsh. You just wanna make sure it has that shape. So the next thing I'm gonna be doing is adding a little bit of black eyeliner. So optional, but if you have very blonde lashes, you want that little extra pop, or you have a very visible waterline. This is from Huda Beauty. This is the Highliner double-ended eyeliner liquid and pencil. As the name implies, one side has a pencil, a little roll up here, and the other side has a liquid liner, and this has a brush. So I'll be using the pencil side. Well, I'm kind of jumpy when I tightline. That's just, my eyes are very sensitive. So if I was doing a very dramatic sort of smoky eye or something, I literally would just kind of close my eye and rim it. But since I want to keep this kind of natural, I'm just going in and very slowly just blending the eyeliner in. I tend to sort of like look up, pretend it's not there, and go ahead and rim. That's the easiest way I can think to do it. I know a lot of times you see makeup artists kind of pull the whole eye up and go that way. I find that just makes me kind of tear up. Place it, wiggle it, place it, wiggle it. The most important part is your visible waterline. So for me, that's my inner corner and this outer corner. In here, it doesn't really matter as much unless I was doing something very dark and dramatic. But place, wiggle, place, wiggle. My lashes again are very light brown, so it just kind of helps bring them forward a little bit, makes them look a little thicker at the base. Before I go in with mascara, I'm going to be using a lash primer. Primer just helps kind of thicken up your lashes, especially someone like me with thin but long lashes. It really does help. So this is from MARC Beauty. This is the Velvet Primer, and this is the Epic Lash Primer. This has a very unique beigey formula. Most lash primers are going to be white or like a translucent white. The beige is a little bit easier to cover with black mascara. I like to load my lashes up with a lot of primer, and I would say, like, just my preference, I like to sort of put the primer from the mid lash to the very tips. I feel like that works well for me. It's easier to cover as well. I like to use the end of the applicator and just kind of load up my lashes in the areas that I know they're the thinnest, sort of the outer corner and the very tips. And there's my little straight lash that will not curl. I'm just gonna push it up a little bit. I like to apply mascara before lash primer dries. I think that's a preference. You can either let it dry if you want to, but I find it's easier to comb through and easier to build if I just let it dry like a second or so and then go with mascara. So this mascara is from Lancome, and this is the Monsieur Big mascara. They do have a waterproof version with the blue label. This is just the regular. I love this mascara because, again, I have thin lashes, and this builds super, super nicely. It also is pretty water resistant. I have the waterproof mascara in my kit, but I never really felt a need to use it because this one stays on so well. So a lot of times when people put mascara on, I see them just kind of like do this, and it doesn't really like get in there and apply the mascara. So the first thing I like to do is just do a general coat. Put it at the base and just kind of like drag it through, almost like you're round brushing your hair. So you want to get a nice coat on there so that the lash is completely covered with mascara. And don't worry about clumps, because when we comb through in a second, those will be gone. You also want to go on the top of the lash if you want a lot of thickness, so you're sort of enveloping the entire lash. Ending application of mascara should always be from the bottom, so you're lifting the lash instead of dragging it down. I think lashes just kind of like wake up your face. I have lots of mirrors and lots of windows in my apartment. So I feel like if I'm having like a very mundane day, maybe I'm cleaning or maybe like doing paperwork or something, it's just really nice to like go to the bathroom or go to the living room and look at the mirror over the mantle and just see my lashes look really pretty. It just makes me happy. And I feel like people think they don't want to waste makeup, which is true, but if it makes you happy, it's not wasting it. I wake up, I wash my face, I put on my skincare and my sunscreen, and then eventually, maybe not right away, I'll put on a swipe of mascara just because it's nice. And then go on the tops and get in there. I really like that sort of like 60s PC type of look. As long as you can see my lashes from across the room, I'm happy. So I'm not too meticulous about like combing through with like a brush or a pin afterwards. Now I'm gonna brush through my lashes a little bit with a spoolie. I'm just kind of rolling. If you're super meticulous, you can really do this a lot and this apply just a tiny bit more mascara at the base. Because where you're gonna get clumps is if you keep applying mascara to the tips. And then you never wanna pump your mascara. That just introduces air. So you can kind of like roll it around if you wanna get any excess off. And you can put it right at the base and just wiggle, but don't drag all the way to the edge. I like to do the tiniest little bit on the bottom because I feel like it looks really naked, especially because I don't have any eyeshadow on to provide some shading. Adding mascara on the bottom is going to make it not look so disconnected. This is it. This is my mascara look. You can skip any of the little steps in between, but I do find that if you try each one, if you've never done it before, it really helps to kind of like add to your lash routine. I feel like this is the next best thing to my lashes, which I love so dearly, but this just gives me, you know, this like wide open lash look. This just really helps like bring your lashes to life. Again, try the little steps, see if they work for you, incorporate them in. I remember years ago I did not use lash primer because I just didn't think it would make a difference, and it definitely makes a difference in how thick and healthy your lashes are. So if you try this at home, go ahead and leave a comment below. I would love to see if you changed your lash routine, if you feel like you look a little like perkier and cuter. Spring savings is coming up. It has started for some of you, depending on the tier that you're in, VIP or Rouge or Insider. So if there are a few things that you don't have at home, maybe you need a new mascara, you can go ahead and order those, get a little extra discount. That's always really nice. And as always, please subscribe. We love sharing content with you. I will see you next time. Bye.